Hello. If you're watching this, you are in my ECED 4563 classroom management class. My name is Dr. ECED, and this class is one where you're going to get some great information about how to be a manager. The other courses, I'll teach you how to be great teachers. But you know, before you can teach anyone anything, you've got to manage that classroom. You've got to get children ready to learn. So that's what we're going to be talking about the whole semester, getting children ready to learn. Let's go ahead and let me share, and we'll start out with the syllabus. Okay, all right, here it is. My office hours are here, and you know, these are not going to suit everybody, and I understand that. So if you need to see me at a time that's not in these office hours, don't worry about it. Send me an email. We'll set up another appointment time, and it's perfectly fine. I'm really pretty flexible. I'll let you read this on your own. The course is entirely online. We're good here. The catalog description. We're going to look at classroom management strategies that support social and emotional needs of pre-K to third grade children and to foster a positive learning environment. And as we work our way through the syllabus, you'll see all the different topics that we're going to discuss. You can read through these items yourself. You don't need me to read it to you, that's for sure. As far as uploading assignments, if you're not quite sure how to upload to assignments on Blackboard, just a little refresher here. Okay. So there's a couple of assignments. We're going to start out this week with the syllabus quiz, just to make sure that, you know, it's clear and everyone has a good understanding of the expectations. Obviously, it's open syllabus, so you can have it in front of you when you take the quiz. You can find it on assignments in Blackboard. It's due by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. The next thing you're going to be responsible for this week is the 3 things introduction. This is just, I want everyone to introduce themselves. And, you know, I'd love to see a picture of you as well. I've already got my introduction in there. This is the only thing you're going to be doing on discussion board. I know most people, when you say discussion board, go, oh. So you're not going to have any of that, just the introduction, so we can all look and see who's in this class. For this class, you're going to do 3 things on your slide. I put in a slide for mine. You're going to say 2 things that you're most concerned about when it comes to classroom management, and 1 thing that you view as a strength, because we've all got strength. I don't care if you're just starting out. Everyone's really good at something. So tell me your strength. And be sure to include a photo. Okay. We're going to have some content quizzes in this class, and these are really just a great way to use them as a guide through the chapters. They'll point out what you really need to know. They're open book. There's no stress to go along with it, but it gives you a great way to go through the curriculum in the textbook and really pull out the nuggets. There's a final exam, also open book. There's a reading response journal, and you just respond to me. You don't have to respond to anyone else. We're going to look at a few other assignments. I'm not going to talk about any specific assignments today because, you know, I will give you a video every single week, and at that time I'll go over whatever the assignment of the week is, and it'll be in great detail. You will notice as we go through this syllabus that there are rubrics for everything that I ask you to do. I always like to know what teachers expect. How are they going to grade me? What are they looking for? Well, these rubrics are really clear. If you follow the rubric, you can't go wrong. We're going to do a classroom time schedule, hopefully one that you can use in your own classroom. I want this to be really practical. You're going to design a classroom web page because you will be expected to do that once you're a practicing teacher. You're going to have a behavior management plan. The book that we're going to use is Guidance of Young Children by Marion. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but it's Marion with an A is her first name and Marion with an O is her last name. Okay. This is the breakdown on the assignments, and this is the way the points go to get your grade. These are the instructor policies. You know, obviously, attendance on Blackboard is required. I mean, if you're not there and you're not doing the assignments and you're not turning in the assignments, you won't do very well. If you do all that, though, you know, you're going to do great. Mechanics. The most important thing is follow the instructions. Look at the instructions both in the syllabus, on Blackboard, and listen to the weekly video, because oftentimes I've got, you know, lots of instructions in that weekly video. Make sure that you use accurate grammar, spelling, and punctuation. As a future teacher, you're held to a high level of standard. You know, I never get a postcard from the insurance agent and I look at that and I go, oh my gosh, the insurance agent didn't know how to spell such and such. But when I get something from a child, from my kids or grandkids teacher, and it's not spelled right, it just drives me crazy. That's how people are. They expect teachers to know how to spell. Anyway, all written assignments should be typed unless otherwise directed. And in this class, they're all typed. 1-inch margins at the top, bottom, right, and left. That's just APA. 12 font, New Times Roman or Arial, and double spaced. Late work. Well, I do take late work because sometimes we just run late. However, all assignments are due at 11:59 on Sunday. The reason for that is that lots and lots of my students have a job and they'd work on their schoolwork, on their NSU work on Saturday and Sunday. So I want you to have that time to work on the work for this class. And it's not due until 11:59 on Sunday. However, if you turn it in on Monday, then it's going to have a 50% deduction from the earned total. Same thing if you turn it in on Tuesday, same thing if you turn it in on Wednesday, and same thing if you turn it in on Thursday. A Friday, you don't have to turn it in because it's only going to be accepted for 4 days after the due date. Calendar days are all days of the week, including Saturday and Sunday. Extra credit, there is no extra credit in the class because it would be unfair of me to offer one student, oh, you can do this for an extra 20 points. And the other students who, if they heard about it, would be very upset because they'd like to have the extra 20 points too. So I have to be ethical and treat everybody fairly. The same thing with assignment redos. We've all messed up assignments. I've messed up more assignments than I care to think about, but there's not a redo. It would be unethical of me to say, well, you can redo it because you're just so nice and, you know, things have been hard for you. But the rest of the class over here, not so much. They don't get to do that. So that's really unfair. So please don't ask me to do it. Plagiarism, obviously plagiarism is not allowed. Don't use other people's material. Don't cut and paste off the internet, so on and so forth. Okay, academic policies. If you have an issue, please check with academic affairs. You can use this link, disability services. If you feel like you need extra accommodations to be successful in the class, please click here and then follow the instructions. If you have concerns about the course, please check with me first because, you know, I wrote the syllabus and all the assignments and, you know, someone else isn't going to know what we're talking about if you go to them with questions. If you still feel like you're not getting anywhere, please feel free to contact the department chair, Dr. Tanya Garrett, or Dr. Lisa Bisagno, the associate dean on our Broken Arrow campus, or Dr. Vanessa Anton, the dean. If you need a grade appeal, which is done if you don't believe you got the grade that you think you earned in this course, make sure you submit that in a timely manner. You'll have to go here, click on that, and then they'll talk you through it. You have to fill out some papers. They have a really short window. And if you don't put in your grade appeal in that short window, then you can't do it. So if you have a grade issue, that's a grade appeal, you have to do it very quickly after the semester is over and grades are posted. So here's the calendar. You'll see from here basically what we're covering today. I'm just doing the course overview. I would do the same talk if we were in the classroom. So anyhow, you're getting the full thing here. You're going to do the syllabus quiz, and you're going to turn in your 3 things slide by Sunday, 11:59 p.m. Next week, you're going to need your textbook, so make sure you get your textbook this week. Next week, we're going to talk about observation, because when you're talking young kids, you're always talking observation. That is the predominant way of assessing anything, whether it's behavior or performance. We're using observation. The following week, we're going to look at your role as the teacher in classroom behavior management. We have a huge role in what goes on in the classroom, and we will look at various ways teachers fulfill that role, some better than others. Okay, we're going to look at theories of child guidance, because all the theorists have a different way of thinking about how children's behavior comes about. So we'll look at a few of those. The following week, we'll look at developmentally appropriate expectations. My goodness, you can't have the same expectations of a 3rd grader that you have of a kindergartner. They're all going to be so different because there are different stages of development. So we'll look at what might be developmentally appropriate at the different ages. Then on February 13th, we're going to look at indirect child guidance. Child guidance happens before the kids ever get there. When we set up that classroom and we arrange the furniture and we put things on the walls and we add things to the shelves and we set up a routine, that is called indirect child guidance. It's all those things that you do that are indirect. They surround the child and they cause certain kinds of behavior, either by their presence or absence. So we'll spend a lot of time looking at that. The next week is direct child guidance. Once you've gotten past all that setup, then things still happen. I don't care how great a teacher you are and how well you've planned, you are still going to have some nasty behavior. We all do, happens to everybody, but you need to know what to do. So we'll talk about that. Next week, we'll look at really enhancing how we do self-esteem, other than just copious amounts of praise and things like that. That doesn't really do it. We need to look at building a moral self and building some genuine self-esteem. Week 9, we're going to look at making friends. Some kids don't make friends. It's sad to say, but not everyone's born knowing how to make friends. So when you're teaching children how to do that, you need to really know what you're doing. So that's what you're going to learn that week. Week 10, we're going to talk about resilience. We all want our students to be resilient and obviously to let stress just roll off them. That's easier said than done. We're going to work on that week. April 3rd, we're going to look at aggression and bullying. No one wants to have that in their classroom. Everyone does at some point, trust me. We're going to talk about prevention and what to do if it does happen. We'll look at some effective routines and transitions. Behavior issues happen more often during transition than any other time of day. So we'll be addressing that. April 17th, we're going to look at trauma, what to do about trauma exposed children, because they do behave differently in the classroom, and how you can help them become very productive members of your classroom community. April 24th, we're going to look at creating an equitable classroom, understanding anti-bias education. And then May 1st is a final exam, open book. And another thing about these content quizzes and the final and even the syllabus quiz, you can start it one day, you can save your stuff and then come back to it the next day. You don't have to finish it all in one setting. I want this to be truly no stress. So if you have any questions about this syllabus, please send me an email. We'll set up a Zoom. I'm always here to respond to your questions. Now, the next thing I want to share with you here is our Blackboard page. You've obviously gone to the Blackboard page because you're watching this video. You will have learning modules, and they're right here. All the materials you need for the various weeks are in here. I don't encourage you to work ahead because, again, every week I'm going to be giving detailed instructions for the assignments of that week. Uploading the assignments, that happens right here. Syllabus quiz this week, you just click here and take the quiz. Reading response journal is here. Discussion board is here. You'll notice I've already posted my slide. You can see it right here. There. That's me, not the alligator. Okay. And let's see what else. Let's go back up here. The start page just has some general information, office hours that are already on the syllabus, netiquette, being nice online, and Q&A on technology needs. Okay, let me go back here. Every Monday morning at 6, new announcement page will open up on this site, and a new video will be there, and you'll get to hear me talk again. Again, if you have any questions, please let me know. I want this to be a useful and fun semester for you. I hope you actually create some products that you can use in your future classroom. And let me know if you need anything. Bye.